Okay, hello, welcome back to my channel. Let me check this. The reason why I am not, there's certain parts of the video that's going to be blurred is because I do not want to tamper with somebody else's privacy, because I don't think that it would be fair. But on the 8th of November, oh my goodness, on the 8th of November 2021, exactly, I was followed for at least an hour or so between Torquay and Totnes. I was followed by two cars, and this one you can see, because what I did, I filmed the whole thing throughout, and the person that I was with did not understand my reasons for filming, and I think I got into a little bit of a difference of opinion, because I said to him, oh, do you know that I'm going through a bit of stalking, and we're being followed. Can you please stop this car? Can you please slow down? And even though he didn't want to slow down but had to, I was able to film this car, and it was two cars, and what they were doing was following me a little bit behind, and as if to say that if they had followed me in a bit that I couldn't film the license plate, or they thought that I was powerless to film anything, and I wouldn't be able to get details, but that I would still be able to see that I was being followed. And I really thought that it's about time now this thing stopped, because I cannot entertain this kind of idea of somebody think that they can follow me or have me followed by two cars, and that it's going to be all right, and that I would be helpless, and that I won't be able to do anything about it, because I will not take that. And I'm not going to be angry, because these people they're not worth my anger, and they're not worth my life, my self-esteem, my time. And I made the decision then to make sure that for the whole hour that they were following me, that I was gonna be filming this, whatever it takes. And so I noticed that it was two cars, one that looks like a Jeep, and the other one that looks like some sort of between a black and a charcoal. And what they did was stayed quite a way behind, but followed me all the way. When the black one stops, the other one takes over, and then the white one, and at some point they even drove in front of the car that I was in. And I felt yet again that it was their way of threatening. It was their way of making themselves feel good about who they are. And it was, I think this one was not about me, but it was like a way of congratulating themselves, a way of telling themselves what they think, that they had a prisoner, or that they had someone they think that they can fight in, they can stalk, somebody that won't be able to do anything and won't be able to get any evidence. This car, you can see in the rear view mirror, followed me for an hour. Not only did they follow me for an hour, it wasn't just the one car, it was both. When one stopped, the other one took over. When one stopped, the other one took over. And they followed and hounded and followed. And the only reason and what gave me the confidence to decide that I have to film this. I can't allow somebody to think that they can do something which they've been doing for a long time, and I did not do anything about it because they thought I was an easy target. I was a quiet person. I was in shock. And I wasn't able at the time when they started it, because if this was London, it would have been multiple cars. I wouldn't have been able to keep track. I wouldn't have seen. And so I've just put it in another way, that they probably were doing this whilst I'm on foot, on the bus, followed me whilst I'm in a bus, having people follow me into the bus, having a car follow the bus that I was on, or if it's a taxi, having that followed. I really decided, this is one of the reasons why I really decided that I am not going to allow these people to continue. I'm not going to allow them to think that they have the upper hand on how I feel about myself psychologically, mentally, or emotionally. I am an adult. I am a human being. I will not be scared by them. And one of the ways that they did try to capture my feelings or my fear was the sheer overwhelming surrounding that they did to me in Croydon. But I can no longer accept or entertain these things. Whatever it takes, I have to be getting on with my life. My life is precious and it does not belong to them. And I cannot imagine a world wherein I have to be worried and scared about who is going to follow me when I am going out or when I'm going to do my business. We're all entitled to our lives. I'm not a prisoner. I'm not on probation. I am not where I have to go sign on to anyone. I am not a whistleblower. I do not work for the government. The government is not after me. I have not harassed or frightened anybody. I have just been living my life. And I don't want anyone to think that they can continue to stalk me in this manner because they are banking on the idea that nobody would believe me. They're banking on the idea that no one would listen to me being saying that I'm being stalked because I would be branded like to say that I am mentally ill, and so the fear that I will be branded as if mentally ill is what they are taking advantage of. Anyway, I'll leave it here. Thank you very much.